Wow. You like Nutrigrain bars, Nathan?
Yeah, they're. I mean, I haven't had one in a while, but they're good.
They've fallen off, right? Like in terms of the stratosphere of healthy snacks. Nutrigrain bars have firmly lost their place as the go-to American snack to feel healthy, right?
I mean, the bar game in general has risen, and that has just led to Nutrigrain's precipitous drop.
So are you saying the bar has risen? Are you telling me the bar, the proverbial bar for health food snacks has risen? I think I agree with you. I think you because when you really think about it, right? We had Nutrigrain bars, we had power bars. Those were the two things that most people associated with affiliated with eating healthy in a bar like form. And then out of nowhere, you know who I think led the charge? And I know you're thinking inquisitively right now, Nathan. But you know what I think? I think the culprit for who knocked the Nutri-Grain bars off of their pedestal, who showed the power bars, who really holds the power. You ready? You ready? You ready? Nature Valley bars. Yes. Yes. I know you're looking at me like, what? Listen, understand something. Nature Valley, with 1,000 crumbs, has showed you that not only can you, at some points, put forward a worse product, but you can also prepare it in a way that makes eating it similar to some of the most hated tasks in this world: cleaning, cleaning, and more cleaning. No one likes cleaning, right? Like, let's be honest, we hate it. So if I'm eating this snack to get some sort of feeling of pleasure, some sort of nourishment, some sort of good dancing on my taste buds, it sucks that at the same time I'm also doing a job. And Nature Valley, how dare you give me two? So you think I learned my lesson on the first bar, right? That's what you thought. You thought that I would show enough resilience, enough know-how, enough gusto, enough bravado to eat a second Nature Valley bar and not make a terrible mess like I did the first time. You silly, silly bars. You silly, silly makers. But you know, that doesn't answer what happened with the power bars, though. Do they even still sell power bars? Like, what was the power in power bars? I think at one point I remember power bars having newspaper in them. Was that a real thing? Ty, look that up. As Ty looks that up, I'm gonna still think. What about rice cakes? Rice cakes are good. Rice cakes are a good shout only because rice cakes aren't entirely limited to the cake itself. It's more like a transport of condiments, of toppings, right? Me personally, I'm a peanut butter guy. I love peanut butter. Maybe it's because the skin tone. Maybe I like eating myself. Cannibalism, self-sacrificial. But I'm the type where if you give me a nice apple cinnamon rice cake, already sitting at like 60 calories, slather some peanut butter on that bad boy. Ooh, we got a snack and a half. Are you a big ants on a log guy? That's not a real big thing where I'm from. Because no one was buying celery, right? Celery wasn't a thing you bought. It seemed to be a snack more associated with those who were more like the middle class and up type of range. And now I look at them like, bro, what are you doing here? Ants on the log? What kind of ants are these again? Raisin ants? Raisin nets? Is that where they got raisin nets from? Whoa. I think I just unlocked something. I think I just did it. Wow. Mind blown stuff here. Mind blowing stuff. What is your favorite snack that isn't healthy? How about you, listeners? Hit us up at the Fan Lebitard Show on Twitter and let us know, what is your favorite snack? It could be from yesteryear, it could be from your childhood, it could be from today. Just let us know. Me personally, I'm a big chip guy. I like chips. Chips are good. Chips are good. Chips are really, really, really solid. You can't go wrong with chips. My problem is chips haven't made me feel more ugh towards capitalism than anything else that currently exists in this world. The way you get robbed every single time you buy a bag of chips, unless you're buying Frito, the corn chips, it's just gross. It's just gross because think about this. You buy, I don't know, I don't. What's the sizes? Ounces? 24 ounce? I don't know ounces. But you buy a regular bag of chips. At the store, you go buy some. I don't know Doritos, right? Buy a regular bag of Doritos, the $2.99 joints, the bigger joints, right? $3.99, $4.99, maybe to pick out picnic joints, and you eat them. You open up the bag. 48% of that bag is air. Now they trick you because you feel like you're getting a lot because Doritos, they're skinny. They got coming in all shapes and sizes. They get packed in there crazy. But when you really think about it, you just get a lot of air. I stumbled across an infographic not too long ago where they did a study on the percent of air bag of chips. Yeah, you heard me. What's going on in this world where that's what we're focused on, right? I'm going to stoop in my mouth a little bit. Excuse me. All right, let's bust it down. Doritos, 48% air in those bags. Cape Cod chips. Now watch out for those. They tear your whole mouth up, have your gum feeling like you were gargling Captain Crunch. Cape Cod chips, 46% air. Terrible. Lay's, regular bag of Lay's chips, 41% air. So it's getting a little bit better. Sun chips, also 41%. Sun chips, another underrated healthy snack. Sun chips are fire. See what I did there? Sun chips are dope. They're good. And you never walk away from eating them feeling like, ooh, sometimes you eat some chips and you walk away and you're just like, well, Sun chips though, I like the tomato basil. Magnifique. Doritos, Tostitos, scoops, you get 34% air. So now that amount of air is getting more minimal, but still 34%. I didn't pay for that. I don't pay for air when I put it in my tires. Why the hell am I paying for it when I buy some chips? And the king of getting your most chips for your bang and your buck, Fritos. We're looking at a measly 19%. And let's be honest, I don't want a chip bag that has 100% chips anyway, because what are you doing? What are you giving to me, right? We know, we're talking about like Burger King chicken nuggets here. When you can give me 50 chicken nuggets for $2, what the hell is you really giving me? So I'm okay with the 19%, but that has to be the bare minimum. It can't be more than 19% air in a bag of damn chips. I don't give a damn. Make the bags bigger, make the bags smaller. Do what you gotta do. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy B Green. Oh, let's get into the episode.
Welcome, fans, fan libertarians. Welcome to another episode. A little behind the scenes here. This one has taken us a while to get off the ground here, but Bryan was talking about some chips and maybe a little food for thought on that. I was wondering if we were to open up all those bags of chips and just let that extra air out, would that be good for the environment?
Listen, I think you could take all of the hot air in all those chips and all those bags, and you could probably win a suey with it.
Or from our week one hot takes here, we're all looking great. Bryan, I believe you said if Josh Allen gets over 30 touchdowns, less than 20 interceptions, and 10 fumbles, that fans would have to listen to the show to find out what you would do. I was cutting up some shorts and came across that little gem. Would you like, what are you going to do? Because he's at 7.
Listen, Nathan, you're one of the few last remaining good teachers in this world, right? You do it for love. You do it for the students.
I'm a great teacher.
Okay, relax. With that being said, I would assume you would know 7 isn't 30. So allow me
Okay.
some
Yeah.
time
Mm-hmm.
to build up the suspense, so to speak. Let's just say when those numbers are hit, and remember, you can technically lose touchdowns because at the end of the season, they look at the film and they make sure every touchdown was accredited properly. So, but when we get to that point where it's official that he didn't hit those numbers because he won't, just watch. Then I will let everyone
You
know
know,
what's going to happen.
I think the most interceptions he's thrown for in a season is like 12.
What's that mean? He did it once. He could do it. Are you saying
You
the
you're
the
putting him at
fabulous
20. 20 is what you gave him, which is more than he's ever thrown. And he's on pace. You know what? I would do an opposite bet the other way and say if Josh Allen doesn't reach 40 tutties, that I would do something.
You see, maybe I misspoke because what I meant to say was he's going to be throwing like around 20 interceptions in
Oh, okay, okay.
combination with the fumbles.
Oh,
It was a turnover stat. It
oh,
was
but you
20
did say
turnovers.
10 fumbles. No,
Yeah,
there
because
was
think about that.
you
10
added
fumbles.
the
Who is
10
he?
fumbles.
Who was he? Danny Dimes. I wasn't feeling good. What was supposed to happen was the 10 and the 20.
Mm-hmm.
If you minus 20 from 10, you get 10. So it was like 10 plus 10 equals 20. And I'm going to say 20 turnovers. He won't have more
Yeah.
than 30 touchdowns and won't have less than 20 turnovers, was my meant statement. So
Yeah, I mean, speaking of other things that we're not good at, an update to our grid of Moss. We once again have all gone 0 for 3, making us a combined 0 for 6. Although technically for me, I faded Greg. So I do not have another punishment per se on the books, but I have to eat 3 rolls of toilet paper. And lucky for me, Bryan, I care about Mother Earth. And the toilet paper that I use is a recycled toilet paper that's green that represents how much I care for the earth. So I actually have my sheets of toilet paper right here. So here's one.
as he eats these
Mm,
seemingly unbelievably small sizes of toilet paper,
so good. It's good for the earth. That's why, Bryan. Geez, you take what you need. All right.
but it's not good for whoever does your laundry because there ain't no way you getting all them doo-doo stains out of your drawers because you can't wipe with that
Ugh.
stuff that you eating. I almost need to see proof of concept.
So you want to see the roll? Like, actually, these don't come in a roll. They come in like a little plastic tray that you just set on top of your toilet, and then you just reach in and you take one at a time.
So you're
And
telling me
you get up in there. You can fold them too, right? They fold, right? Fold and then oh,
you're
number 3, folks. Number 3.
you're telling me you're helping the environment by eating manufactured paper, looks like seaweed to me,
Recycled.
that
It's
is
green.
shipped and packaged in plastic.
It's recyclable, I think.
There's no such thing as recyclable plastic. I'm sorry, sir. That's a farce.
Mm, yeah.
I guess you paid your dues. I guess.
I don't know. We'll have to let Ty weigh in on this since he's not here today. Do we have an official commissioner? But anyway, are we cursed?
The
I was gonna.
idea that
I mean,
we can't get this right, even though, like, even in the so you know how like the Browns, right? The Browns, for instance, they can't get anything right. Even when they're doing the thing that makes the most sense, they're still not getting it right, right? Hey, you should always send the future after someone to get a franchise quarterback, but they mess it up by going after
mhm.
that franchise
Not
quarterback,
that
right?
franchise quarterback.
Exactly, right? So they constantly do it wrong. And
And
it's
then
like they
you can cheer for him, but let's not cheer for him in that way if you so choose.
Exactly. It's like us. Even when we are right, we're still wrong. Like, my week one thing. Hey, I predicted what I predicted, and it didn't matter because we weren't doing fades for that week. And it turned out that I needed to fade to not be wrong. And then now it's like,
I mean,
hey,
technically, Bryan, you're the one who, in my opinion, is doing the best because if we'd have stuck with the fades, you'd actually have a win under your belt.
yeah, yeah.
I felt I felt very confident the first 2 weeks, and I have just been dead wrong there. Never go against Cooper Rush. He's goated, my boy.
Listen, Cooper Rush. There's something about having a 4-letter last name. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
All the greats. Rush. Todd.
Todd. Todd.
Look into Tom.
But
Tom
that's
Brady.
3 letters.
He has
And
2
that's his
M's.
first name.
Silent. Listen,
See,
relax.
Brady's 5. Like I go maybe like 5, like Brady,
Don't say far.
Allen.
Already? He hasn't done anything. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. So we haven't you got the wheel?
Oh, I gotta fire that bad boy
Okay,
up.
so
What are we
as you
gonna
get that,
do with Ty?
we're gonna have to do what Ty has been doing as of late, and I'm assuming update the fans, the listeners, and us throughout the week with his choice in terms. Actually, we can spin for him though, right?
Yeah. But what I mean, are we just
Should we have a rule that when you're not here, the first name you get is the name you
you
get?
get what you get? I mean,
And
I
then you,
think so.
yeah, I like that. We got overruled. This is a triumvirate, fans. Triumvirate.
And
There's
then, of
2 of
course, we
us.
have to pick who we think they're going to get for our bonuses too, right? We can't
Our
forget about that.
bonuses. Yes, I
You said
forgot
the
all about our
Raiders. You didn't
bonuses.
get that last time.
Nope. And I don't know who you said, but you
And
didn't get
let's
that
see,
either.
can we actually remember who Greg got? I made a mental note yesterday just in case that comes up. But
I saw them playing with the helmets.
Greg, he started with the Colts and then he got somebody else. See, I'm like, make a mental note of this. It was at the very end of the show. I was like gonna type it into a note. He started with the Colts. He put it back. I literally played it like 2 or 3 times
So
to
this doesn't
avoid
happen.
the exact thing that's happening right now.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope nobody gets Greg, since you have an affinity for getting Greg every week.
Let's just hope no one gets him. All right. Who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right, here we go. I gotta type in.
And for those listening, watching on the YouTube, yes, I owe an NSYNC member payoff. So does Ty. I also owe a Roy payoff, and Ty also owes a Witty payoff.
All right, let's get this over with, because now we know, just like the show, that this truly does suck. Because even the things that feel safe are not. So who'd we say is going first?
I'm going first. It's gonna be
okay.
me,
Here we go.
you,
This is for
Ty.
you. Spinning around. Who's it gonna be? Don't be Greg. Oh.
No, not him again. I
Billy.
can't trust him. Roll it again. I don't trust Billy anymore.
Going round and round.
Not with
and
his
round
Tua
and round.
takes, not with his nonsense about Aaron Judge. No.
Wait, you could be safe if it gets to Hildy. Oh, so close.
All right.
Stu, whoever Stu gets. All right. I guess I'll go next. I'll go next here. Just spin this bad boy. Get this done. Get this over with, man. Oh, I almost got the steal. I can't get Stu, so I guess okay, Chris Cody.
How's he been doing?
He's actually, you know what? He had the golden helmet of life the last 2 weeks, but now he has to pick.
Yep.
So I'm just going to go with him. I'll ride with him. Get this over with. I don't care. Whatever.
I like it.
So what?
Like it. It don't matter anymore, bro.
Yeah.
No one knows what's going on.
Here we go. And then Ty, you get what you get, Ty.
Get what you get. What's he getting?
Oh, instant death.
Instant death.
Oh, he's getting Roy again.
Wow.
No, wait. Oh. That's my son throwing a giant tub.
That means Roy's a winner.
All righty. There it is, folks.
All right.
Bryan is riding with whoever Stu Gotts gets, and we'll let you know our hitches and fades on Friday as an Instagram story.
Yes,
my advice to Ty and Bryan is shorten those up a little, fellas. You guys sending me these 40-second clips. You got to all this context and stuff.
I thought you were going to turn them into
a YouTube
Instagram
short
post.
Oh,
or even reels. I thought that, some long form content.
I could do a reel this time, I'll do that. I'll do a reel.
Nathan, I'm sorry. Who did you just get? Chris Cody?
Yeah, I got Chris
Okay,
Cody.
got you. I'm gonna
And
take it
then,
upon myself to be the legislator of remembering who's who because I'm terrible at remembering when it's time to.
yeah.
So, but listen, now that we're talking about punishments and we're talking about pain and we're talking about ways to maybe handle the fact that we both, you, me, and Ty included, all suck at seemingly making decisions. A decision that I find easy to make.
No toilet paper here.
You're doing it for fun now. This doesn't go towards your
It's
future punishments, by
good
the
for
way.
the earth.
So don't try to
I'm thinking I might
cash
be
those in.
fading a lot, right? That could be our just fade every week.
So one of the decisions that, ooh, that's smart. That's smart. But I think we're going to get overruled with the seafood paper or seaweed paper nonsense.
You don't think I care for the earth? Do you think I'm just making this up?
No, you don't care for the earth. Not with that big ass house you got. Go live out of a van.
I got solar, bro.
Me too. One decision I find easy to make, right, is in order to get anywhere in this world of content creation, one must not only understand the algorithm,
Yes.
one must know how to game the algorithm. We had some promising efforts in our Stranger Things segment that we had a couple episodes, and we went over the Stranger Things in sports, like why all of a sudden Josh Allen is heralded as this god. But we won't get back into that. Go watch episode 59 if you want to hear more about that.
Yeah.
But we decided, why not introduce a static segment where every week we come in here and we try to game the algorithm.
Yeah. We give this episode to you, algorithm. Do with it what you will. But it's interesting, having now expanded, becoming such social media experts as we are, and noticing that Aubrey Plaza is having a moment, folks, because that episode got more views simply because we titled it Aubrey Plaza Takes Her Phone into the Shower. And then the show, they didn't talk about the Suey winners, maybe because somebody got carried away. I got carried away a little bit, and they just announced the winners.
Wait. So are you admitting it was you? Did you just admit that you had your hands in this? That you are the person that we should be looking for?
It wasn't just me. There's other people out there, but I will come clean, because there were moments where I was feeling guilt because, Bryan, to be honest, I did get carried away, and I started voting on the other ones, and I started rigging other Suey competitions. And then there was a moment where I was going like, what am I doing here? And feeling bad, and almost decided to start voting to balance it out for the original winners. But they ended up just announcing the winners that were the winners. And then, if you noticed, they didn't even announce who won the music, because that one was just total fraud and sham with, well, I think it ended up with 8,000 votes, and all the other ones were round about 1,000 votes.
The winner of that would have what we call in the legal world fruit of the poisonous tree. And we would hate for someone to receive that award knowing all this pretense and knowing all this stuff that went into it. And that sucks. But, it goes back to the person who ran the competition. If you're going to run a competition like this, make sure it's ironclad. You know what else is ironclad? Dungeons, Nathan. And that introduces our gaming the algorithm segment, House of the Dragons.
Right? Dungeon. Hey.
Yeah! All right, dragons. So, allow me to put on my best British accent.
All right, then.
All right. Nathan, do you watch House of the Dragon?
No, mate. Now I'm Australian.
Oh, okay. Well, House of the Dragon is a prequel of sorts about the Game of Thrones franchise. I'm all over the place now, and it's fine. My accents are terrible, but anywho, this brings up an interesting point that I want to address. In the NFL now, we have dragons roaming rampant across the scene. We have the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen
Yes.
riding toe. Stephon Diggs should probably get most of the credit. We have the Kansas City Chiefs doing what they do with Patrick Mahomes at his ready steed. But we know that those dragons...
Sir Patrick
indeed. We know those dragons exist. We know those dragons are firmly planted in the house of dragons. I ask you this, Nathan. We have some other foe dragons that might be more of dungeon dwellers. So, let's play a game called House of the Dragons. It goes like this. I will mention a team's name. You will simply tell me, does this team belong with the other dragons in the house, or do they belong in the dungeon? Understood?
Yes.
Let's start
Yes,
with
my lord.
the Las Vegas Raiders.
Dungeon in them. Yep, they're
Dungeon?
they can't get it done. Yeah, and I'm abandoning the accent. Raiders dungeon team. It's too competitive of a division. If you can't tackle Kyler Murray after 20 seconds.
And 87 yards. Was it 87 yards?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's a lot of meters.
Yeah, incredible. I don't know what you'd equate that to, but Raiders, I'm putting them in the dungeon. Brian, what are you doing with them?
I also agree. I don't know why I argued. They're firmly in the dungeon. I was never a David Carr fan. Or Derek. Either one of them. Send them to the dungeon. Next, we have the Super Bowl visitors of last year, the Cincinnati Bengals. What say you, good sir?
Dungeon. Broad team, regression to the mean. And when you are the Bengals, folks, that regression back to the mean is a harsh one. Offense, anemic. Like, what? Is it 17 points each time the first 2 weeks? And it's not like they're playing, Cowboys, I guess you could say, have a good defense, but again, what have the Bucks really done on offense so far this season with their 45-year-old quarterback back there? Dungeon. Putting them in the dungeon.
I still hold some hope for our fellows in Cincinnati who eat spaghetti with chili, or is it chili with noodles? You fool. Something like that.
Skyline.
To me, the
Chili of
Bengals
the
are
sky.
that one. The Bengals are a dragon. Understand this. Not all dragons rise early. Some take a while to get into the sky. And the Bengals will fix their problems. I trust in Burrow. The New York Football Giants. Nathan, tell me, am I speaking Jamaican now? I'm getting out of Rastafari. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get back to the British. Hey, the Giants, how do you feel?
Dungeon team. They got lucky against the Titans, and let's be honest, even though I'm a Titans fan, the Titans suck. And if you can barely beat the Titans, and they're barely beating these garbage dwelling teams, you know what that makes? That makes you garbage and a part of the dungeon. We're talking dragons here. A dragon needs to come out and destroy its foe, not toy with it and just barely eke by. This is not the behavior of a dragon. They are a dungeon dweller and will be proven as such.
Off with their heads! The Giants should land firmly into the cesspool of the dungeon. I don't like them either. Oops. Now, my brethren out in the seas, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tell me, dungeon or dragon?
Dragon, my first dragon, folks. It's an aging dragon, though. But definitely a dragon. I mean, you can't knock what they've done. 2-0. They've gotten the job done. And I think taking down the Saints, which have traditionally been a tough loss for them. I think this Tom Brady's first win against the Saints. Was he 0 for 4 coming in?
As a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, yes.
And getting that done with Mike Williams, I mean, I'm gonna go dragon, folks. Yeah, dragon.
Off to the dungeon with Tampa Tom and the rest of that team. Listen, unfortunately, I noticed something amongst him. His arm doesn't look as sprightly as it did last year. Okay? And understand this, you don't have Gronk. You have Cameron Brate and Mike Williams. Mike Evans is suspended for getting into some violent interactions with Marcus Lattimore. That's who that was?
Yeah.
Right.
Wait.
Okay. Marshawn Lattimore?
No, I think you got it. I think you got it. Lattimore.
So many names.
If Gronk comes back, are you changing? What if Gronk comes back? Are they a dragon?
That little lizard might sprout wings then, good sir. But as of now, Bucks, even though they're 2-0, they're in the dungeon. Just like our next folks, the Green Bay Packers.
So you're announcing their dungeon too?
I just said it, damn it.
Where are you going with your dungeon take, huh?
Cause listen, you can't beat your chest off of a defeat of the Chicago Bears, in which they were robbed. I tell you, Justin Fields scored a touchdown. You can't beat up the little kid on the playground and think that excuses what happened during week 1. No, it doesn't. Dungeon.
Absolutely, dungeon. You guys know me. Trash team, dungeon. They are gonna be stuck at the bottom, and dungeon or dragon, like, we're talking dragon here. And at the end of the day, we know Green Bay is not coming away with the Super Bowl. Doesn't matter. They can right the ship and get wins and look good, but this team will crumble so fast in the playoffs. It doesn't matter, folks. You can go back to my week 1 take, oh, Nathan, they're gonna do better than the bottom of the division. So what? They are trash, because at the end of the day, are people going to look back and go, do you remember when Aaron Rodgers was winning over 10 games a season, but then losing at home in the first game of the playoffs? Wow, good for you guys. Good for you. Cool haircut, Aaron. How about you win some playoff games?
Do it in November, Aaron. Do it in November.
If you don't come on the Dan Le Batard show, though, the Fan Le Batard show would love to have you, Aaron.
Yes, we would. I'm interested in the ayahuasca treatment I've heard so much about. Apoplectic thoughts aside, the Miami Dolphins, are they legit dragons of the sky? Or do they belong in the dungeon?
They're a beast of another kind, sir. A dragon of the sea. Rising up.
Kraken!
Which is even scarier, right? Because a dragon, you see it coming, right? But Baltimore did not see the Dolphins, the dragon of the sea, rise up and defeat them and crush them. They're for real, folks. Dolphins, dragon of the sea, a sea beast unlike any other.
When you crack open that house of the dragons and you search and you see where people have made their corners and their lairs and their dens, don't tread into the bathroom unwaringly, because you will also see the Miami basilisks hanging around in the bathtub, ready to bite your head off with its two talents named Waddle and Hill. I agree with you. Dragons. And last, and maybe least, the Minnesota Vikings.
Dungeon broke. You always get your hopes up for this team. They do something and you're like, whoa, Minnesota's finally putting it together, buddy. They've got defense and Kirk Cousins getting it. And then they do something like drop a big fat total deuce and remind you this team is the Vikings. They will always be the Vikings. And what happens to Vikings? They get eaten by dragons, right? They're there and they get devoured by the dragons, and it's not going to change for them. Dungeon team.
So the Vikings, they do belong in the House of Dragons. In their refrigerator, as the first morsel of food the real champions eat. The Vikings, I see them in that mid-tier range when you're waiting for them to take the next step, and it just never happens. Because unfortunately, your next step will always be one that happens on a field as trashy as the one in Washington, because that's what you do when you have Kirk Cousins. Your steps aren't guaranteed. Your throws aren't guaranteed. And unfortunately, all playoff games are prime time. So we know what happens to Kirk in prime time. Off to the dungeon. And that was House of the Dragons.
Hooray. And now, folks, that's one way to game the algorithm. But I've got another way to game the algorithm. And we're going to do that now. All right, folks, this is Gaming the Algorithm, Nathan Minima edition. And this is where we take the trendingest topics and we try to game the algorithm by saying things that we think would get the most clicks and attention, right? So we're going to be mashing up things, combining them with what? The Batard show, because that's what we're a fan podcast of, right? So, Bryan, did you hear about Dan Le Batard being in the new TV show Andor?
I did, but unfortunately, I was too busy listening to Taylor Swift debut the second track on her album titled Dan Le Batard Show and hashtag Midnight's Mayhem with Metalark.
Yeah, she's going to be releasing the title to her second song on a Metalark podcast. That's what I heard.
Thanks for cleaning that up for me.
Yeah. And, you know, Aaron Judge, he's been hitting lots of home runs. I heard he hit a home run into the Clevelander studio and it hit Billy Gill right in his kidney.
Well, you know what? He might need to take that kidney and that diet of his to the hospital, because if I hear about him eating more NyQuil chicken, because that NyQuil chicken not only put him in the hospital, but it also took out Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, I heard she was trying to be cool for the kids with a TikTok, and that NyQuil chicken is what ended up killing Queen Elizabeth.
Ain't coming down for breakfast.
You ever play Kevin Bacon, 6 degrees removed from Kevin Bacon?
No, but I'm happy that Adnan Syed is planning to launch a podcast, and now he's 7 degrees removed from prison because he deserved it a long time ago. And he's going to get a deal with Metalark Media, and they're going to call this show Wrongfully Imprisoned Across Decades. And it's weird, right? Because it's going to be the only show where all the people on it are going to be black, brown, or some other thing that isn't white.
And ladies and gentlemen, this has been Gaming the Algorithm.
Thank you for playing.
Algorithm, we ask that you take these metrics and spread them across to users.
You know what's my favorite word for the internet?
What?
the ether. Like when you
Why?
refer, just it's something about it that combines the spiritual nature of spirits. Like it kind of alludes that the internet isn't just data but energy.
Okay.
And when you think about how much the internet really affects us on a day-to-day basis, a minute-to-minute basis, the minutia, when you get into the details of how fucked up we are because of this shit, it really kind of highlights that this isn't just data, it's energy.
Like, do you need to have any more proof that the internet is messing us up when you open up Twitter and you see the FDA is having to tell people don't cook your chicken in NyQuil?
I was looking at a
What
wash
is wrong with us?
I was looking at a washing pod for my dishwasher the other day, and I looked at it and said, "This looks tasty." I think it's time
Yeah.
for me to log off.
I could get some clicks if I ate this.
Do you think it'll drive traffic to our podcast?
Maybe.
Maybe that'd
Who do
be a
you think had the
punishment.
best picture day outfit, Bryan? You see, they did a little picture day,
Best picture day. Let's do best and worst.
best and worst.
My best so far would be Roy. How about
Roy,
yours? What's
boy,
your
that's a
best?
good one. I'm gonna go with boy, it's tough. Actually, I really liked Roy, but just since you said it, I'm gonna go with Billy Gill because I was really vibing on his shirt.
You know
And
what? I think you and I both highlighted the two people that actually showed personality in their photos.
Whittingham absolutely had personality. I mean, dropping on that full on
He,
suit,
he showed his personality
just
though. If
nerd.
if you don't loser, if you don't know Roy, you could see the picture and kind
Careful,
of draw.
serial
Like, hey,
killer.
like, oh, that might be. I think I can get along with that guy, or don't get along with him. If you didn't know Billy, you could see his picture and go, "That's a guy who gets it." But you see Chris' picture and you go, "That's a guy who gets noogies." How about worst? How about worst?
Worst? Oh, I can't do that. I just can't. I'm not a worse guy, Bryan, you know?
How about least
I guess, well, no,
likely?
okay, never mind. We can. There is an obvious answer. I'm sorry.
Don't do it.
It's Tony, because he
No,
didn't even know. He wasn't even
no,
prepared, right?
no, no,
Tony,
no. I'm tired
the
of this.
worst. Like what?
Listen, I had enough of this shit. Y'all are going to stop with the talking about motherfucking Tony. Leave him alone. Like, why does the show make him the whipping boy? Like, he really doesn't need
Mhm.
any, like, he don't do it. It's not like he's actively trying to derail the show. It's not like he's actively trying to go, oh, bona fides. It's not like he's actively doing something controversy, like trying to do something that can make you go, all right, bro, relax. He literally just, dímelo, my gente. And that's it. And that's it. And that's it. I just don't. The worst dressed person was whoever decided to not get Juju there earlier.
Mm.
So Hildy, I don't know who did it. I don't know
Because
who.
Juju would have came with that drip.
Yeah, I don't know why they. I would have. If you see, if I was like Chris Cody, or if I was someone else, I would have just said, "Yo, Juju, damn." But then you would have let him know that picture day was coming, and then he would have, damn, because I would have reached out to Juju. Yo, help me out. Fashion Nova for men. Let me know. What should I wear? Dress me, drip me, pause.
I speak going back, bringing it right back to Tony. I love his 5 NFL updates from the
It's
weekend.
amazing. It's amazing. He
Good
came out of
content.
nowhere and was like, how we've seen top five lists be born in the middle of another person's top five list. And it was met with no trepidation, no hesitation, and no declaration of insidious behavior. But Tony, when everyone else is talking football, Tony goes, "Yo, I got my top five moments from this week." And it's structured, it's to the point, it's on brand, it's on topic.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing he does, we got to vote on it. We got to vote on it. How about we vote on everyone's fucking vacations every week?
And here's the thing that you're missing that is the best part of it. It's the energy. Tony is the
Yes.
energy guy. That's what makes it the
Yes.
best. He could be saying whatever, but the energy that he brings to it makes it such a great segment. Like you can tell that he's having a lot of fun. And when that comes across, me as the listener, like I really enjoy listening to it too. So salute to Tony.
Salute to 10-day Tony. Listen, Tony's a top 5 player on my team. Listen, and when I'm listening to the show and usually other things going on, he says something, I perk right up. Not like Stu perks up when he hears Tony talk. I perk up in terms of, attention. But he always brings a sort of bravado that makes me know, oh, Tony's legit. Like I want to smoke a blunt or have a beer with Tony. I don't know if I want to smoke a blunt and have a beer with like Witty. I would, but not more so than Tony. Like,
Sorry, I was texting with Tenard Davis of the Cesta Cyclones trying to set up an interview with God Bless Highlight. Ty, we have 2 minutes left before my Zoom meeting closes. Did I just call you Ty?
You call me Ty.
I did.
Hey, it's better to call me Roy.
Bryan, should we try to do a YouTube short off of one of our Gaming the Algorithms? Do you think we can do it in 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Are we about to get hard networked out? Let's find out. All right.
Let's do it.
Here's what I'm thinking. I look left. So we got to record each a snippet at a time, right? And we'll do it off of Dan Le Batard as a cameo in Andor. So I'll go, Bryan, did you hear? And you'll go, what? And I'll go, Dan Le Batard has a.
Am I looking this way?
I'm looking left. You're looking right. So I'll go.
Am I looking the correct way now?
Oh, Tenard might be in Atlanta next week. We're going to have to figure this out. 2 minutes left, folks, here.
All right, let's do it. Go.
Okay. So, but wait. On your phone, you got to record this on your phone. You got your phone?
Oh, wait. What am I recording? Oh, my phone. Okay, I'm recording
on your phone, and then you're going to send me the messages, and I'll upload it to YouTube.
Oh, yes, I like how you.
Okay, so I'll say, so you got to pause after each thing is its own clip, right?
I'm looking.
So, and this is, you guys, this is a free. We're also helping you, the fan, learn how to go viral. So take this as a free tip right here.
Lesson.
So
there you go. Go.
I got to open up my camera here. So after each one, so I'll let's see here. I'll look to the. Bryan, did you hear? Right. So, and then you'll go, no, what? And then I'll go, Dan Le Batard has a cameo in Andor. And you go, oh, wow, really? And then I'll give the punchline.
All right, go.
Oh, I got to open my, okay.
Ready, start recording in 3. Go.
Bryan, did you hear?
No, what?
Dan Le Batard has a cameo in Andor.
No way.
Yeah, he says, what's the end game, Cass?
I can't wait to see it.
There you go, folks. This has been another episode of the Fan Le Batard. We've got less than a minute left. Be good. Watch the Cesta Cyclones on Friday. Peace. Deuces. We're out of here. I think I'm gonna be a wall writer guy. Oh my goodness, Bryan. You're gonna drop this now as we're closing. How dare you?
Peace.
We'll have to resolve this later. See ya.